Hi, this is Justin with My Service Force. This week's video, I'm going to talk about some tips and tricks on the dispatch board that can maybe make your scheduling there on the office side a little bit smoother, and some tips and tricks you might be unaware of. So here we have the dispatch board, and you'll notice the color assignment statuses. So the two ones we'll make a note of here are the gray ones, which are a dispatch status, so it's on the board and sent to the text device that he can sync and go through it. And then we have the olive kind of green ones, which are a pending status. So this is a way that you can get a dispatch on the board and not send it to a text device quite yet. There's some advantages to doing that. Especially if you're scheduling out days or even weeks in advance. Probably want to go with the here in the pending status. It allows a lot more flexibility in scheduling. So one way you can do that is by holding the Alt key. So that's on the left or right of the space bar, and you'll hold that down and click an assignment, and if you just click another spot on the board, you can move them that way. So this is a particular advantage if you're, a few days out even and not sure which techs are going to be on, what part of the city you might have them out in. You can set them all in a pending status and go ahead and quickly rearrange them. So you'll also notice the dispatch all button. This is another way so that you don't have to go on each assignment individually and dispatch it to the tech. Once you have everything the way you want it, if you had this board full of all of them just pending status, it wouldn't matter how many. If you do a dispatch all, you'll send them all to the text device for them to be available on the field app. If you already do have an assignment here on the board that's in a dispatch status, you see here this one's 12 a.m. Maybe that was a mistake. So what we'll do is you don't have to delete it. We can just reassign it. I'm going to click that D, which I think of as dispatch for the assignment. And we'll go ahead and instead of deleting it, we'll just reassign it. We'll go ahead and we'll put it to a pending status to the tech. We'll correct the time. You can always edit your work description here. We'll hit save. So we'll go ahead and hit close. And there we go. The little letters, you may have seen these and not sure what they are. If you're a newer user, perhaps, like we just showed the D. The D I think of as dispatch. That'll bring up the assignment details itself. You'll get to see history of assignments. You'll get to see the ability to reassign or anything like that. The W I think of as work order. So bring up the main work order details here. And you can go ahead and make your notes. If you have a lot of notes, you can go and expand that out. Change call types and statuses. Typically, after you send a dispatch out to a technician, if it's in a new work order or to be called bin, what I'll typically do is it's just not complete. We'll put it in progress so that it's in progress to a tech, and you can easily find them and sort them out into the different bins this way. The S, think of as service history. This will have not only all the assignments here, but tickets, any invoices, service history, and so on. This is helpful, especially as you can do multiple assignments on one work order. And as this fills up, you can quickly get a glance of the entire history of that assignment or of that work order here. The M, probably will use this very rarely, but it is here for you. Think of it as a manage status tool. These are statuses that the tech will typically always enter in on his device, but as a fail-safe, you do have access to them here in the office if you needed to set a status yourself in the office. If his battery died in his device and he couldn't actually complete the work order, to send that AHS status if this was an AHS assignment or something like that, or you just want to get it complete, you could do that here, and you see it'll put it in the complete status. A couple other things, like I said, these bins down here. Typically after you do a to be called for warranty work, all your warranty work will show up here in the to be called. When you assign it, and you can do your appointment set here, send that status. It will send the status. If you forget to hit that appointment set, it'll send it when you create the assignment. So there's a fail-safe there as well. But one thing, if I'm going to dispatch this to a technician, we'll go ahead and we'll assign it to, say, 9 a.m. So there it is. What I want to do is change the status. I don't want this in the to be called bin anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to in progress. These statuses are managed. You can shuffle them around the bin, the bins yourself. Some flexibility because there are custom bins that you can have, extra bins, extra statuses. You can have multiple assignments to a work order. So this work order, you can just go ahead and change it to whatever status you want, in progress, and I will go ahead and hit save, and then I'll go ahead and hit close, and it'll remind you, AHS status update, we need to send that, so we'll go ahead and hit send appointment. We'll go ahead and close that. So now anything on the board that a tech has, you can see that those will be in your in progress bin. And as you move that to, say, a hold status or complete status, you can put it in that bin. So it's a good way to keep organized. Again, there are some extra bins that you can do, your own bins. Here we have one called emergency, one even called custom bin. That was kind of a test we did back when, but you can name these anything you want. In a separate video, I'll go over how to create those. So I hope you got something out of the dispatch board tips and tricks. Probably there's so many more dispatch groups, search functions, things like that I'm going to do a second video, I'm sure, here shortly for even more tips and tricks. Have a great day, and until next time.